to the ground next to me, leaning against the wall of Eamon's treehouse. The candlelight shining through the windows illuminated his sharp, angular features. His hair was the same inky midnight blue as the night sky, and I could make out flashes of his sapphire blue eyes. He really was a beautiful man. "What are you doing here?" I asked him quietly. We had cleared the air between us and agreed to move forwards, but I still wasn't all that clear on what that meant for us. "Not sure," Bryn replied honestly, lazily creating fireballs in the palm of his hand and letting them fizzle out. "I just had a feeling I should be here. Since I found you sitting out here by yourself, looking like the world is caving in on you, my intuition must have been dead on." He was still a smug arsehole, but I liked that about him. Bryn always said exactly what he meant. "We got a message from the gods tonight, via Eamon," I told him, staring at my legs stretched out in front of me, leading to my bare feet. Fae rarely wore shoes. It interfered with their connection to the elements and their magic. Bryn sat up a little straighter, and I could feel his gaze boring into the side of my head. "And? What did they tell you?" "That the gods want me to be the keeper of balance, whatever that means. Somehow restore the balance between light and dark. Help the Fae out of hiding, that sort of thing." I waved my hand absently and heaved a sigh. It sounded so much worse out loud. "Fuck," Bryn breathed. "Yep, fuck." My eyes were still trained on my outstretched legs, and I heard a quiet thud as Bryn's head fell back against the cabin wall. "I'm guessing they didn't tell you how to do any of that," he stated. "They did not," I confirmed. "That would be far too easy." The mating pull writhed in my chest, encouraging me to draw comfort from Bryn, to touch him, to stake my claim. I wasn't feeling quite that bold, though. I shuffled over slightly, though, so our shoulders brushed against one another. I felt Bryn's surprise like a surge in my gut, but he wasn't upset at all. I took it as a win and leaned in a little further. It was like leaning against a furnace. Glorious. The door opened and light spilled out onto the porch. "Sweetheart, come inside. I know it's a lot to process, but we need to discuss this," Arthas called. "You too, Edan." Bryn acknowledged Arthas with a tilt of his head and stood up, reaching out his hand to help me. I took it and let the soothing waves of comfort that emanated from a happy mating pull relax me a little. Bryn made his way along the porch into the house, never letting go of my hand. All three guys greeted him warmly, not surprised in the least that he'd just shown up out of nowhere. I released Bryn's hand as Marlon snagged my wrist and pulled me down into his lap. I wriggled back against his chest, sinking into his firm, lean body and reaching back to push his dark red hair off his forehead. "I take it Fee's filled you in?" Arthas asked curtly as the rest of the guys took their seats around the room. Arthas sat in the forest green armchair opposite me. His messy black hair flopped over his brilliant silver eyes. His gift from the gods was a rare pair of fey wings that he usually kept retracted so as not to attract the attention of hunters who'd happily cut them off. He always struggled to keep them contained when his emotions were running high, and I could see him rolling his shoulders now, trying to keep them under control. "She did," Bryn replied, casually flicking a ball of fire at the hearth of the white curved clay fireplace, making it spring to life. "Cariad, talk to us," Eamon pleaded quietly, his amethyst eyes trained on me, looking a little forlorn. He was an enormous man, built like a bodybuilder, yet sweet and sensitive. Both Arthas and Marlon were my mates and could determine my general mental state through our bond. Eamon was only my suitor. He wouldn't have that insight until we'd officially claimed one another.